Well, good evening, and here we are at St Werburgh's Church on Wilbraham Road, and we're here at the rehearsals of Manchester Passion. Manchester Passion will be held in Cathedral Gardens on April the 8th, 2017. And I have with me Canon Falak, Sher, who is the local parish priest here for St Werburgh's and also for Church of the Ascension in Hume. He's also one of the canons at Manchester Cathedral and is one of the lead on the committee in seeing the Manchester Passion come into being. So thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. And so you're one of the people that's been involved in creating Manchester Passion in Manchester. We know it was held here last, was it 10 years ago when the BBC did it?
Yes, the last one was in 2006. And we were talking about Manchester Passion in July, August, and then we thought it's a good idea to bring it back in Manchester. And since then we started organizing this, and we normally it takes 2 years to organize this, but we are going to deliver it within 9 months. From August till April it's going to be exactly 9 months, and here we are going to deliver on 8th of April in 2017 in Cathedral Gardens.
Wow, that's great, isn't it? Cathedral Gardens is a good location, isn't it?
It is a very, very good scenario, and we can accommodate up to 5 to 6,000 people there.
Wow, yeah. And I mean, why I think it's quite a good location is because you've got the cathedral not too far away, so you've got like the religious aspect of Manchester. Then you've got the football museum, which is a big part of Manchester life, isn't it? Football. Then you've got the shops. Manchester's known for its shopping.
Yes.
And then you've got the history, because you've got the Cheetham School of Music,
Yes.
and you've got the old Corn Exchange. So it seems to me like an ideal place, really, to, in the heart of Manchester. Yeah.
God works in a tremendous way. Originally, we were going to do it in Albert Square, and then there were some technical problems, and they offered us this garden, Cathedral Garden. So I think God works in a tremendous way. So when we saw the location, and absolutely agree the points you made, and it's a lovely location, and the parking, and it's no issue. It's an easy access for people to come and be there.
Yeah. And how many people are involved in producing something of this scale? Is that something you've got an idea of how many people it takes to put something on like this?
When we are a few members in the executives, and Passion Trust, which is the national trust, is very much involved, and we got God brought artistic director Jeff Millard. He has already done 2 Passions in Bolton, and then we have invited Wayne Ellington, and he's our music director, and he's a very world famous singer and musician and director as well. So we are lucky in that direction. So we've got a very good team, and now we started from few people, and the whole family, the Manchester Passion family, is growing each and every day. And today we've got so many people in there doing the rehearsals.
Yes.
And there are different kind of people, like from this young lady, she's around 17, 18 year old, to 77 year old.
Right.
So we've got all sort of people, and we've got the different backgrounds as well. We've got African, we've got English, we've got Asian, so all sort of dialect, and you hear when they're doing the rehearsals. So I think it's a God's will that we all together are going to put the story of God, Jesus' love and sacrifice together.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear in the background there somebody shouting out "liar." That's the actors really giving it their all.
Yes.
So we're here live at rehearsals in St Werburgh's Church in Chorlton, and I'm here with Canon Falak, Sher from the Manchester Cathedral, and he's also the vicar of this local parish and of Ascension Church in Hume. So we're talking about Manchester Passion, which is going to be staged live on April the 8th in Cathedral Gardens in the centre of Manchester. And the Passion, story of the Passion, what is the story of the Passion? What is it?
The Passion story is the story of Jesus, who came in this world for the hope of the hopeless. and voice of the voiceless. And we are trying to bring his story lively, so he can be hope and voice of the people of Manchester, where we got immigrants, where we got refugees, where we got homeless, where we got jobless people, and with all sort of people live in Manchester. So we thought how Jesus in 2017 can be hope for these marginalized people.
Yeah. And is there something that you're going to be doing special? I seem to remember hearing something about a bench and, homeless cast or something like that.
Jesus as a homeless Jesus has become the icon of Manchester. And the statue of homeless Jesus is going to be installed in St. Anne's Church, just opposite St. Anne's Square. And that is a very, very strong icon of homeless Jesus, which represent how Jesus is going to be the hope. When people are going to look at the statue, because he said, the birds have nest, but the Son of God has nowhere to put his head.
Wow, that's a powerful thought, isn't it? And going forward then into once the Passion is over, are there any long-lasting benefits that you would hope could be achieved for the people of Manchester?
Yes, it's bringing all the communities together. So it will bring solidarity and unity and harmony among the communities. And everybody in this city, they could see Jesus as their own hope, as Savior, as Master, as King, as Brother, as Comforter, as Healer. So people can come and experience themselves how Christ died for them on the cross, and how after the resurrection he gave hope to people. Because if he wouldn't risen from the dead, there wouldn't be any hope. So this Easter is going to be a big Easter for us, because Christ is going to risen in Manchester, and that's what we are hoping.
Yes. Yeah, it's very powerful. I was here when it happened last time in Manchester, and I was actually speaking to one of the producers that produced it for BBC. I was just there at the BBC this week, and he was saying, as a producer, he was so moved by the production, as the people walked past, because they walked in procession, didn't they? The different actors came in from different streets, and I remember being there as well, and the resurrection scene, where at the top of the tower in the town hall, suddenly this figure appeared, and that was the resurrected Christ, and it was so moving, it was so powerful. Were you there?
No, yeah. At that time I was not even in Manchester.
Okay, yeah, it was very, very powerful. So I think it's great, that you've had it on your heart to bring it back, and all the hard work that's gone on, and there's lots of people involved, and so we think it's going to be great. Yeah, it's a great production, and so thank you very much for taking the time out of a busy schedule.
Thank you.
And for this interview. So if you're interested in hearing about the Passion, we do have a website which is at manchesterpassion.org, or you can contact St Werburgh's Church and speak to the receptionist here at St Werburgh's Church. What's the telephone number for St Werburgh's Church?
0161 881 1642.
Thank you. And if you're interested in supporting the project, whether that is in giving finances, because there is a budget which is very, very reasonable for a production like this. There's a budget of, is it 56?
50 to 60,000 pounds.
Okay, and we've already seen 30,000 raised.
35,000 pounds been raised.
Yeah.
And we are relying on God's providence that God is going to provide more.
That's great. So if you're interested in funding and helping, then please contact manchesterpassion.org or contact Reverend Falak at St Werburgh's Church. If you're interested in coming and doing some behind the scenes work, if you're interested in doing any administrative work, or if you're interested in sewing, we need costume people just to help alter costumes. Backstage, lots of helpers. If you can make a good cup of tea, then please contact manchesterpassion.org, and I know they'll be very grateful for any support that you can offer. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Yes.